welcome back to The Express on Commercial Drive in Vancouver. Our next story takes us a lot farther than just down the street. A BCIT student documented her experience with AIM International Aid, a once-in-a-lifetime experience in Sri Lanka.
It began like any other assignment for this journalism student. Find a story.
I was reading the paper in Richmond, and on the cover were 2 firefighters.
And report it.
The headline was, firefighters headed to Sri Lanka, and there was a bunch of toys.
The mission to build a dental facility for children.
So we were just talking, and they said, "Do you want to come with us?" And I said, "Yeah, obviously, of course, I'd love to come."
She bought a video camera, sold some belongings, and borrowed money to cover the several $1,000s she would need for the trip. 3 weeks later, Kristen was in Sri Lanka filming a documentary for her BCIT class.
My hands started shaking, and it's like, is this my life? Like, do I really get to do this? Because it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I was in disbelief.
The southern province of Gal was hit hard by the 2004 tsunami. Entire villages had to relocate further upland, communities rebuilt from scratch. A Vancouver-based NGO helped along in this mission. Since 2005, AIM International Aid has been building support centers like this in Sri Lanka.
The Medical Dental Center will facilitate care for 800 children and families in the Gaul area.
It took 25 firefighters, 7 weeks of construction, and $25,000 to build.
It's very important because otherwise they'd have to walk about 15 to 20 kilometers away to get the medical care.
For this boy, and for the other kids in the village, it's the first time they're seeing a dentist.
And so this little boy, he's getting his teeth cleaned, and Eden looks at me and she says he doesn't have any parents. And I couldn't take it. Like, I had to put my camera down and walk outside, because it's just like, you just can't imagine what these kids' lives are like.
For Kristen, it was moments like these that had a profound impact.
It's incredible. It's humbling to see we have so much and they have nothing, and their attitude is above and beyond. We complain so much, and it puts things into perspective, that's for sure. That's my buddy. Every day he would come and find me.
Now that she's back, it's time to decompress 4 weeks of footage into a documentary.
She is very passionate about her work, and she was very passionate about this project. And we knew because of that she'd make it work. She puts her heart and soul into everything, and we really look forward to seeing the documentary.
What began as any other assignment transformed into an extraordinary experience. But the story doesn't end here. Kristen plans on returning to Sri Lanka next year.
I can't wait to go back. I'm just hooked on this project.
Meanwhile, taking on a larger role with the local NGO.
It's a lifelong commitment.
In Burnaby, I'm Monica Martinez for The Express.
AIM International Aid goes on trips to Sri Lanka every year on humanitarian missions, and they're always looking for volunteers. You can find out more on what's involved at their website. Now, how about a whole different kind of trip to a whole other kind of world? Today's road trip segment takes us from urban life here on Vancouver's Commercial Drive to North Vancouver's Maplewood Farm.
Travel along with us on the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip as we explore the many marvelous attractions and activities of beautiful British Columbia.
It's a great day to take a road trip to Maplewood Farm in North Vancouver. Maplewood Farm is a 5-acre working farm with dedicated individuals taking care of over 200 different animals.
Look, 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 look. Yum, 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 yum. We have a lot of responsibilities here at the farm as a farmer, so we do everything from milking to feeding to animal husbandry and care of the animals. They like all this attention and all this petting. Also, education to the public, talking to the kids about the farm and orientating them to the farm. It's important for kids to get a feel for where our food comes from and care of animals, and just the compassion that comes from being around animals, learning how to treat animals, and just experiencing something that is disappearing.
What are those? The piggies.
Almost 100,000 people visit Maplewood Farm every year, most of them families with small children.
Let's go say hi. Well, it's definitely learning about the farm animals. I mean, you know, we're a little ways from the farm country, but this is right in the city, and it's a great close place to come and bring the kids for, you know, run around and enjoy the animals.
Give her gentle pats.
It's just so great for the kids to see farm animals because there's just nowhere else they can go to see them. And this time of year, there's babies everywhere. So that's really exciting for them to see.
Hello. This is one of the most popular visiting stations at Maplewood Farms. There are over 40 goats living here, and they're very curious, and very friendly. I kind of feel like the goat whisperer.
They are loving this.
They get 3 feedings a day like this, so morning, lunchtime, and dinner time. You learn a lot from animals. They teach you a lot. They teach you a lot about yourself. They teach you about compassion and gentleness. And for lots of people, they teach you about love too. So there's a lot they can give us. Oh, there you are.
Here's the third one.
Oh.
And for people who haven't yet been to Maplewood Farm, Nadine has one thing to tell them.
Come down to the farm. Come and feed the chickens. Come and feed the ducks and feed the rabbits and pet a goat and come and experience the farm and have some fun because that's why we're here.
In North Vancouver, I'm Kendall Harris for The Express.
Entertaining and informative, the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip. Weekends on Shaw TV. Always something new and exciting.
Maplewood Farms is also a really popular place to hold birthday parties. And starting this month, they're offering pony rides around the farm. You can get details at the website. You're watching The Express and you want to stay with us because when we come back from a short break, we're going to check out life in the sea to sky.
No money, no food, no...
After the break,
it's going to be, and yet they're practicing yoga with like all that they have.
A yoga jam in Whistler Village.
Then he peed on my leg.
The Chairlift Review is a fun event that we do.
Whistler's Chairlift Review.
I think if I got to know you, I would loathe it.
The Express. This is your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
Hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by the Lounge Hair Studio. LoungeHairStudio.com.
Welcome back to The Express on Commercial Drive in Vancouver. Now, this neighborhood is known for being eclectic, also for its activism and its healing energy. And you know where else you can find all of that? In Whistler Village. Get ready to say one big Om, because up next, we're joining Erin Anderson's Yoga Jam.
Let's move today and move in a way that we can sort of bring the sunshine. It's kind of a gray day, so we can slough off the grayness and really move with your breath. So make your way into child's pose. One of the interesting things about teaching in a small space for someone like me, I like to be big, and I wanted to be up to something a lot bigger. It's your whole world.
In her intimate home studio, Erin Anderson shares her love for yoga with her positive vibe filling the room. But her powerful intentions are not confined to this small space in Whistler. Her vibe is traveling oceans away through a monthly yoga gathering.
Inhale, halfway lift. The Yoga Jam is a much bigger version of white gold yoga, and it's by my intention of elevating spirit, cultivating community, and generating abundance.
This Baptiste-trained yoga teacher hosts the Yoga Jam at the Squamish-Lillooet Cultural Center.
Each month I bring in different teachers from different styles, different backgrounds, and then throw in a little music and a photographer and draw prizes. It really lives up to its name.
teachers from across Canada donate their time and knowledge to ignite the room, sending this electric, grounding experience to the other side of the world in more ways than one. All funds raised go directly to the Africa Yoga Project.
Have fun. The Africa Yoga Project is about unity, possibility, and peace. And they're bringing all of those elements into an area in East Africa that is really needing and deserving.
Through the Africa Yoga Project, 41 teachers have been trained out of the slums of Nairobi. They are now teaching over 4,000 people a week, wherever possible, in the streets, orphanages, and prisons.
They come from such hardship, and they come from no money, no food, they don't know when their next meal is going to be, and yet they're practicing yoga with like all that they have, and it's really quite beautiful.
Every month, the yoga jams generate more buzz and, most importantly, donations. Erin will be seeing her efforts in action during a trip to Africa later this year.
I've raised almost $9,000 for the Africa Yoga Project, with my goal being $10,000, but I don't really see any reason to stop.
The yoga class finishes with the chanting of Om, a single sound that embraces the universe, spreading healing energy beyond this room.
Guide your thumbs towards your forehead. I really believe that yoga is our way into peace in this world. Bring in a higher power into your life, into yourself. Namaste.
Finding my own moment of peace in a busy life. In Whistler, I'm Jessica Turner for Shaw TV.
Yay! To make a donation or to find out about yoga jams in your area, you can go to africayogaproject.org. And what about life in Whistler Village? Well, we've got your bird's eye view. It's a unique lifestyle filled with a lot of one-of-a-kind characters. And one of the best places to meet them is on the chairlift.
Excuse me. I said, excuse me.
I was supposed to get married yesterday.
Hence the tux.
Exactly.
It's a sad story about a guy who was left standing at the altar and a lovely young woman who tries to help him get a handle on why it is that he's such a loser with women.
I'm so sorry.
A common scenario, but it's definitely not one you would want to come face to face with while travelling on a chairlift.
She just left you standing there?
Worse! Worse! She tied a note to the collar of my dog, and he came bounding down the aisle. It said, "I've come to my senses. You're a loser."
Luckily today, this chairlift conversation is just a rehearsal, but it's one of many set to hit the stage at this year's Chairlift Review, a play unique to the Whistler mountain culture.
Then he peed on my leg.
The Chairlift Review is a fun event that we do on the closing night of the World Ski and Snowboard Festival. And we gather together all our creative sorts, actors, writers, myself and Max, and we put together a few skits of conversations that could take place on a chairlift.
A general busybody?
No, I'm a psycho healer.
Psycho healer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Fa 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 fa.
What?
Oh, nothing. What?
It's different every year. There's going to be an interesting one that really involves a whole new and revolutionary approach to selling timeshares.
Where am I?
You're on The Wizard.
Most of the writers see this as an opportunity to delve into humor and the lighter side of life, so usually they're pretty funny.
You. No wonder women leave you.
Funny and very entertaining. Organisers Angie and Max say the newest bunch of skits from the lifts will have you laughing all the way to your next chairlift experience.
So Joe, what do you like in a woman? That's disgusting! You are disgusting. That is gross. No wonder women don't want to have anything to do with it. I think what people can take away with them when they come see the Chairlift Review is they get a real sense of Whistler and the characters that are here. It's kind of an animated version of them in most cases, not in all. You are hopeless.
But you like me just a little bit, don't you?
I think if I got to know you, I would loathe you.
I could be happy with that. A superficial relationship, meaningless sex, dinner at your house.
Unfortunately, this ride is over.
From the chairlifts in Whistler, I'm Alana Ponsonby for Shore TV.
What's your number? I'll call.
The Chairlift Review is part of the World Ski and Snowboard Festival, which happens from April 15th until the 24th. It includes big air, film competitions, and lots of free outdoor concerts, considered Whistler's biggest party of the year. And here's your spotlight on other local events. Auction Mart takes place online, and 10% of all net proceeds will be donated to BC Children's Hospital to support the campaign for BC Children. The work of UFV's fashion design students will be showcased in this annual full-scale catwalk-style fashion show and final presentation. Take the family and meet Mr. Bunny and Purdy's Filbert the Hedgehog at Van Dusen Botanical Gardens. You can also participate in crafts and an amazing egg hunt around Van Dusen's maze. That's it for today's Express from Vancouver's Commercial Drive, where we've met local documentary filmmakers, trip-hop DJs, yoga instructors, and self-defense instructors. We're going to leave you with a look at Ballet BC's 25th anniversary celebrations, and we'll see you next time.